going live again. I still have a few minutes, I think 3 minutes, until I actually officially start my streaming today. So I hope anyone who's watching can hear me, even though I don't think anyone is live in the chat room right now. But that doesn't matter, I'm gonna record anyways. Even if you don't want to see me, you world, you cruel old world, I will still bombard you with data from my EU4. So, we are still playing the Nepharious Gauntlet, Genoah's Ark Part 3. What we're trying to do in this game is to obtain 2 provinces, and that's exactly 2 provinces, with each trade good. So 2 wine provinces, 2 sword provinces, 2 grain provinces, to fulfill our namesake Noah's big achievement of getting 2 of each kind into his ark. And we started with some additional rules as well, unfortunately, which you can read on the channel page. And these make the game quite a bit more difficult, and one of the guys on the Paradox official forums today told me that it appears as if all those restrictions make the game less fun. Well, I could not disagree more, because restrictions make the game a lot more fun. The reason for this is that while restrictions of course can overwhelm you if you're not a great player, or if you're a new player, if you're an old hack, then or an old fart, maybe I should say in my case, hacks are women, right? Then restrictions can actually make you enjoy the game a lot more, because they force you to think, instead of just repeating all your tried and true strategies time and time again. So for example, I have to keep Theodoro alive. Normally you can just conquer them, but now I have to pay attention to them. I even decided to feed them some provinces, so they are less fragile and can maybe even absorb a lost war for at least a little while. I also cannot just take any province that I would want, because the restriction that I only take 2 of each kind of trade good is still in place. Well, this means, at least to me, that I have to start actually thinking about things, and also my failure at the start of the game to use Granada properly to fight Castile is also, I think, a sign of this very nice, challenging me thing to new thoughts. So I'm so far rather enjoying this game, even though the first part of the campaign was pretty annoying. So let's see where we're standing right now. So I sold Mantrega, I sold Shio, but to replace them I took Crimea. This was also to protect Theodoro. The Purple Goose is rising, we fed them these provinces here. Well, this was sold to them, Adige, Mantrega, and these 2 provinces they conquered from Georgia with a little bit of help from us. And then we took the opportunity to attack the Mamluks, why after the Ottomans dissed them and destroyed their armies, we swooped in and destroyed the rest of their armies. So this is looking pretty good. But while I was fighting this war, I also decided that I want to try my hand at Granada again. And basic idea here is, let's see, 1 second. Can I do this? No. Why does this not work? Sorry, I want to try something with my pen, but apparently it doesn't want to do it. Let me try to restart it. It's a little bit fickle. Here it is. Now, does it work? Yes. It does. So I can use my screen as a canvas again. So my idea at the start of the game was I want to take Granada, and Castile would then subsequently attack them, and I can use them as a vessel, take them as a vessel, and this will may mean that Castile is treated as the aggressor in the war against me. But I become war leader, which means I could call my allies Aragon and France into the war against Castile to hopefully destroy them and take a lot of provinces. So they will die. Right. Well, my drawing skills are not so great today. And so while we were fighting the Mamluks, I also put my troops, which are rather overstretched right now, and attacked Granada, and hopefully Castile will join, but we will just leave a small siege stack on Granada and send the rest of our troops back to Egypt in order to finally finish the Ottomans. And the most important thing is that we finally take one of the forts, because otherwise we cannot take any land in the peace treaty. So our economy is still looking okay. We're running a bit of a deficit here, mostly because my trade income is rather low at the moment for some unfathomable reason. Probably because the traders have been... no, they're actually in power. So I'm not quite sure why my trade income is so small. But I think we could probably boost it a little, at least temporarily, if we send some guy here to Alexandria, which we have mostly occupied. But the very nice thing about Genoa is we pay 1% less interest. So paying interest is in our best interest, as we found out last time. I am also having some war exhaustion. I'm not going to lower this because I want to be ahead of time in Diplotech. This will give me some more trade efficiency, which is very nice. So I will just unpause and continue our war. Granada. And we have a stack wipe for 15 war score. Quite nice. So now I could besiege this with a lot of troops, but I'm not going to. Instead, I'm just going to detach a rudimentary... well, actually, let's keep these guys here. I'm just going to detach a few troops, so in case Castile decides to attack, we will be the siege leader and we will get Granada. And if they decide not to attack, which I highly doubt, then, well, we can still send in armies later from Egypt, once we finish the Mamluks. But this is priority number 1 here. So this time I switched on the in-game music again, because I'm not actually sure how the legal issues of streaming music from Spotify via an online stream are, so I decided to play it safe, and I don't think Paradox will sue anyone, but yeah, I'd rather not test it, that theory. Granada built another 1,000 soldiers for some war score. Okay, so let's go back to Egypt. This is a very strange bug. We always, when you load some troops on a ship, you always get this pop-up twice. Ah, so there you are. So this is what I wanted. Castile declared war on Granada. I love you. 1 second. I can change this color. Ah, my drawing skills, they suck. Nah, let's delete it again very quickly. What? I made some mistake. So, no. Okay, I still have to get used to that app, but I think it's actually quite nice to explain stuff. Which I kinda enjoy, sometimes, explaining stuff. Oh, Poland is at war with Hungary and the Teutonic Order, once again. They lost... well, they didn't lose last time exactly, but they went quite deep into debt, and they did not really succeed. So, but Castile doesn't want to help us here. They just want to, I don't know, dogpile on the weaklings, but they don't want to help siege them. Okay, so we have a diplomat who is not occupied. Oh, hey. There are probably rebels in Armenia. Yes, there are rebels here. I know. But that's not really that useful for me. I mean, of course, QQ is very weak, and I could attack them, but I'm still kinda holding on to my Ethiopia plan to get Coptic, which you can get either here, which we want to convert to because this is part of our objectives, but we can also get it in Ethiopia, which, if I remember correctly, is somewhere in this vicinity. Now I have this very beautiful pink pen. Let me switch back to another color. And in Ethiopia we have some more Coptic provinces, so this would make converting a little bit easier, because it needs to be the religion with the most development in your country to be able to convert there. So actually, maybe if you like to see some more big picture overview of the world, it's looking right. Muscovy has been expanding a little bit. England has been eating Scotland. But apart from that, nothing very strange happened, except that France was not that successful against Burgundy. Which, if you remember, we signed a separate peace with them instead of waiting for France, because we got a call for peace and I didn't want to take it anymore. Because France was lazy. So, let's kill some dudes. I also would like to kill this fleet here. So let's siege this down. So I like, if there's a very weak fleet at some point, I like to just blockade it and then siege down the province. This will allow us to kill it for some easy war score. So let's retake all this land. Damnation! Utrecht has joined a trade league led by Lübeck. So I don't think we need all of our cogs here. How many ships do you have? None. So we can safely transfer the 2 soldiers here to Egypt. So this is, we're at our force limits, which are very, very low. So we have to make do. Oh, we can fabricate on Imereti. Which province do we want to fabricate? Well, I'm not gonna take wine, because we already have Kaffa, and I want to take Firenze, I think. Because on the other hand, can we... Well, yeah, I think I will take Firenze and Parma instead of Milan. So this is another one of my strategic aims at the moment. I want to get Firenze. So what's going on with my pen? And to do this we also need to take Lucca or Pisa. But we cannot really take both because of the trade goods. So if we take Pisa, it has another wine province, but this would interfere with Kaffa, and I want to keep Kaffa because it allows us to keep Theodoro alive. Theodoro has to stay alive. So I will fabricate on Guria. So what else could my cool diplomats do? They have nothing to do. Normally I keep them fabricating claims all the time. That's not so useful. So I guess I could just build spy networks to boost my siege speed against them, which is kind of one of the very small, very minor side effects. You also get less aggressive expansion, so there's a lot of side effects to this, but they're almost all irrelevant. But in the final evaluation, everything taken together, it's still kinda okay to get spy network size here, especially if my diplomats have nothing else to do, then there's no downside to it. Right, we killed their fleet. Was not very difficult. Now I will wait here to avoid a bit of attrition. Oh, I clicked away the pop-up again, I think. So are there any other interesting wars going on? Not right now. So I'm hoping that the Ottomans, who are going to be an enemy at some point, because we want to, in another objective for this game, free Dulkadir from their grasp. Make them a vassal and make them conquer basically, well, I think all of this stuff here. What the Ottomans have right now should go to Dulkadir. So let's kill their last soldier. Fortunately, we don't have very many troops. I'm really starting to feel the pain here. So now I'm going to just carpet these guys so they don't keep building troops all the time. Because if they build too many troops now, this will make them weaker when they have to fight the Ottomans next time, which is not in our interest. So I will tag up diplomatic. Now, previously to one of the recent patches, this would have been a very bad idea if you want to sign a peace treaty, because you needed to have the diplomatic power. Now you can actually go into negative diplomatic power, so it doesn't really matter if you pay it out, except that once you're hit 0, you cannot annex your vassals anymore. So if you're annexing, it will stop and just not progress anymore. So if that's the case, you want to stay a little bit above 0. Otherwise, it's okay. So, we need another loan soon. Or we need to take some money from the Mamluks. Should probably not be enough. You could also raise war taxes, but I really want to use my military points to increase plutocratic. Which is rather nice, especially the -2 national unrest. So let's just wait. Is anything else going on here? Golden Horde is being killed, basically, by Muscovy. Defender against Ryazan. Ryazan attacked them. That's interesting. Unusual. Cruel and unusual, I should say. No, wrong guy. We have taken a loan of 52 ducats. 52 ducats in 52 buckets. We have no money to afford more buckets. War exhaustion is ticking up. So we have to watch this a little bit. The second Granadan separatist uprising. Oh, it's not good. Peasants taking our land. Yes, I want to keep him some more. So basically, the way this works now, he's a 666, so he's pretty great. Unfortunately, once you go below 50 Republican tradition, he has a chance. Ah, that's lucky. So we can sign a peace treaty. Let's see what we want. So what I was about to explain is that once our ruler once our Republican tradition goes below 50, we can degenerate into a Republican dictatorship. Which means that if our ruler dies with Republican tradition below 50, he will become the monarch. Well, or I guess his son will become the monarch, because once you're a Republican dictatorship, he will rule until the end of his lifespan. And if he dies and then our Republican tradition is below 50, we will get a king instead of a republic. Which is one of two ways, I think. Maybe there are some more which I don't know. How you can get away out of a republic if you really want to, which we do because we want to become the Holy Roman Emperor, which is not possible for a republic. But normally I don't think you want to do it, so you want to avoid it. And you can... Actually, I think you can only become a Republican dictatorship if you're below 40 Republican tradition. So some people say you should stay between 40 and 50. And this would allow you to get some additional events, but a low Republican tradition also increases your stability cost quite a lot. And it also costs you some unrest, because Republican tradition lowers it, but only if you have a high one. Yeah, so in this game we're gonna try to go below 40, because we want to stop being a republic. But I think I will wait until the next good ruler to do that, so I will keep the republic for a while, because we cannot become Holy Roman Emperor before the Westphalian Treaty is signed. And this is only possible after the Reformation hits in some time in the 16th century. So we still have a lot of time until then, and it doesn't really make sense to convert away from Republican ways for now. Another thing I was thinking about is Jerusalem, which is this province here, has the nice bonus of providing you with one free missionary if you conquer it. But unfortunately it has grain, and I don't think it's not such a great province. We need to also take Nablus to get access, so I don't think this really makes a lot of sense. I do want Alexandria, but I found that this is too far away because we sold Shio, so I have to take these crappy provinces here. And if you remember, our rule allows us to keep these for up to 10 years. Yeah, so this didn't work out so great, but we can't really change things now. I will not core them probably, except for one, which I need to extend my coring range. So this is what I meant, that before you hit Diplo 7 you have abysmal coring range. We only have 6. And are 10 years away from getting 7, so it's no way to draw this war out long enough. Now what else do we take? So the main thing here of course would be getting access to the Red Sea. Unfortunately these provinces have slaves, and Azov also has slaves, so we can in the long run only keep one of them. But that's enough. So ideally my plan would be to take these two provinces. So let's do it like this. Yeah. And this here should almost border Ethiopia. There are some other guys around here, but I'm not sure who, because I'm not really well versed in this area. So this would allow a lot of people to join coalitions against me, because this is a no-CB war, and taking this much land is not nice. On the other hand, the Mamluks will have a choose. We want to fight the Ottomans anyways. I don't care about Hejaz. Akkuyunlu is weak, and Crimea is also on a choose. So I think this is actually a possibility here. Or the alternative would be to take few provinces, take these later maybe. Something like this. Should almost give us the same stuff here, but we could take more money. Nah. It's not necessary. Right. Send demand. Now we increased in size a lot. We can't core it yet, so I will core Tirana, no, Badia. And then we have to wait for 2 years, which will give us a large rebellion here, in principle. So I'm thinking about using... well, it's very rarely that these harsh treatments make sense, but you can sometimes use it if the rebellion would be too large for you to handle. And this is also one of these cases where increasing autonomy makes sense, at least in some of these provinces, because we don't want to keep them all anyways. So how is it looking with fish? Where is my province overview? I never used this before, I think. This is the first campaign where I'm actually using this province overview thing, because it's so useless normally for me. So we have a lot of fish provinces, so we have to get rid of all of them again. We think we want to keep Gibraltar. Probably. So this is already cored. It also allows us to get some... at least I want to keep it until I get something else here. Maybe I can take the Canarias in the peace deal, then we wouldn't have to keep this. So I think I would like to keep Rosetta. And we will probably keep Diamantina and Suez. How much wool? Wool is okay. Slaves are one too many. And how's it? Well, it's our only grain province, so this is, we can keep this for a little while. So we'll get rid of this, this, and I think I will keep that on 75%. So let's see which state is this. Huh? Yeah, maybe I don't care about Damietta so much. It will tick down later anyways. So this is another thing. It's usually faster to not walk a long distance, but rather take your ships if you can. What's happening here? Right, you go here, you go here. Oldenburg has joined the trade league. Damnation! Verdammt! So now we have minus 67 diplomatic power, which will not allow us to reduce our war exhaustion anytime soon. France declared war upon the new enemy England. They decide reconquest as the casus belli. It's not really good. It's not good at all. So we have to see if our Castilian gambit works this time. I fabricated on them already, okay. So my plan is to vassalize Granada, then I will attack Morocco and release Granada in the peace deal, and also pay them some money, I guess. This will allow us to fight as war leader against Castile, but not have to bother with keeping Granada as a vassal, which is not allowed by our rules for more than a year. Tunis have raided the coasts of Corsica and Albenga. Bastards! Cyprus has left our trade league. They became a subject. Who did they become a subject of? The Mamluks. Why? They're so weak. I can't understand that. So let's hunt pirates in Genoa. Aragon is at war together with France. I was not called because I'm already at war. So this is usually the case when you're already fighting, since the AI would not come to your aid in a war, at least not in an aggressive war, they don't call you either, because they think, oh, he will not come to help us anyways, so we don't have to call him. Castile has a regent. And they have a female heir. And this is very interesting, but not... so this could be spell trouble for me, because once Aragon has a male king and Castile has a female king, or a regency, they have a chance to get the Iberian wedding. So it's very likely that Aragon will end up under Castile's thumbs very soon. So I hope we can draw them into the war before that. My corruption is growing, yeah, I don't care. It will go down again. So basically I'm letting my corruption run up a little bit. This is due to the overextension. But since I get free corruption reduction here from admin and diplomatic being ahead of time, I can afford to let it run up a little. So you might drag this slider more to the right if you want, but I'm not going to do it here. Because I'd rather let this run up until a few points and then reduce it again. Okay, so we can also... yeah, that should be enough. No, it's just barely not enough. So let's add a galley. One thing I also always forget is to, when I sign a peace treaty with Granada, it will put me at war with Castile, so I should make sure that my ships are in safe haven at that point. Okay, so our ruler died, which is a shame because he just got 666. And he died pretty early. So, who do we want now? I'm rather ambivalent here. I think I will take the military guy again. How long does it take? 72. Ah, so long a time until we caught this guy. So it's quite possible that we can we can now take bigger loans. So I will have to remember that before April 72 I should take new loans, because I will probably not have enough money to pay this back, and then I don't even get asked, it will just extend it automatically, which I don't want. I want to take a larger loan and repay my old one, to save some admin power, or inflation, because I'm not reducing it anyway. But I actually might reduce it a little bit now, because I'm ahead of time and I have the admin mana. So it's a good opportunity. This is not terrible to have some inflation, it does add up over time though. So if you have a good opportunity, you might want to buy it down. So we have won the Siege of Granada. So basically now we're gonna roll the dice a little bit. Let's see what happens. We'll get these guys home to protect them from Castile, because I think the navy could probably easily beat us. Oh, they have a rebellion. It's nice. Yeah. It's probably the... oh, We also have some rebellions here. This is probably the civil war. They have a disaster for it. I'm not sure, but it's quite possible. I'm not sure how to check that. Ah, here. Yeah, there it is. Castilian Civil War +7. Yeah. So yes, you're right. That's a very good opportunity to strike. Let's see what our diplomats can do. Oh. Come on, get home. Right. So, we vassalize. We also take some money. A lot of money. This will increase my inflation again, but as I said, I think usually this is worth it. I mean, if I took loans for this, then I would also get 0.3 inflation, and I would also have to pay it back. No, I don't have to pay it back. So, yeah. Let's vassalize. Right, so, because of our superior strength and unmatched leadership, we have assumed leadership in the war against Castile. From now on, we will handle all negotiations. And we can call Aragon, which is very useful. We cannot call France because they would not accept it. They have war exhaustion. This is kind of silly that the AI so quickly doesn't want to accept your invitation anymore here, but can't really be helped. If they were a rival of Castile, they would be more inclined to help. But I don't know how much war exhaustion do they even have. 2.68. Yeah, sure. Look at me, I have 5.6 war exhaustion and I don't care, so why do you? Stupid Frenchmen. I think they just don't want to be humiliated again. But I think just with the help of Aragon we might still have a decent chance. Castile is rather weak right now. And if not, we can still just offer them to release Granada again. So I actually have 1 year, so until June 71, until I have to release them. Which means I will probably do it in January, so I don't forget. So you can continue fabricating, fabricate some more. So here is the Castilian army. It's a little bit superior to ours. And there's a river. But we do have more maneuver rating, so the river does not count. And they have a little bit weakened morale, so I think we can probably take this. Oh, that's like a lot of luck. 9 against 0. Okay, if I were Castile right now, I would be pissed. Really, really pissed. But I'm not Castile, so I'm quite happy about it. So we have to defeat these guys at some point. We have managed to convert the heretics of Azov. Okay. Crimea. So I'm converting these provinces because right now we have a lot of Sunni and I don't want so much Sunni. So I don't really want to have these rebels here. So I think this is one of these rare cases I mentioned where harsh treatment makes sense. So the general rulers don't do it, but sometimes it makes sense. And I will also increase autonomy here to reduce the increase the time until they would have an uprising again. So it now says 16.6 years, so we're relatively safe. These guys we can probably handle because our army is already here. So we almost wiped this Castilian stack, which is really, really, really lucky. So we have 1,700 victims against What's that? 11,000? No, it's 10,700 approximately. It's 10,600. So it's a catastrophic loss for Castile. And they also still have these rebels. So I will... yeah. Probably kill their rebels now. No, I won't kill their rebels. Leave them alone. We have the advantage that the war score is in our favor, the ticking war score, because we only have to defend Granada. They have so many... why do they have 3 forts here? I mean, I know they're free for the AI to maintain if they're border force, but still that's a little bit excessive, right? So let's go to Cadiz. No, I sent the wrong army. Stupid little me. I have too many diplomatic relations. Well, that will sort it itself out. Do we have anybody else who could be in our trade league? I don't think so. At least nobody who would be useful. I mean, we're asked by German miners all the time. Yeah, Aragon is probably occupied somewhere in France. They're too lazy to do anything about it. Where's the army? I don't see it. It has to be somewhere. I should be able to... ah, here it is, in Rome. What are you doing in Rome, you idiots? Fight Castile for me, please. AI, come on. How many ships do they have? They have... this would be close. I think we can do it. Let's try. If they try to attack us, we can still retreat. The Gulf Gibbean food, I get this all the time. I know it's feud, but I like saying food here. I'm not hungry, but I usually take France, but this is not necessary. This time we will go with the Pope, with the Emperor. Because France doesn't help us in our wars. Oh, they do now. See, it helped. Ha! Call them. Now we're France. I like. So, the Mamlukian separatists are sieging the hell out of us. There's a Castilian army. Why are you not fighting your own rebels instead? You are besieging Valencia. This is stupid. But at least it might draw in Aragon. So actually I think the diplomatic map will look quite funny here. So Castile is at war against France, Aragon and Genoa. Portugal is at war against France, Aragon and Savoy. England also. France is at war against Western Europe, basically. It's... I think it's a little bit early for the French... how they call it? Oh, what? Okay, this game is getting a little bit weird. So Austria lost the emperorship to the Palatinate, Pfalz. This happens rather often, but not that often. So I think this is gonna be quite helpful for us, because we need the religious wars to end in a draw, so we don't want the emperor to be too strong. So it can only help us if the emperor is a small country. Now another thing, while we're at the topic of emperors, so we have this, where is it? Here, I think. Yeah, no. Here? No, not really. So there's this, I think you're probably aware of it, the Shadow Kingdom event. So at the start of the game, where's the Imperial map mode? At the start of the game, a lot of Italy is in the Holy Roman Empire. But this is only the case until 1490, at which point the game checks basically if the Kingdom of Italy, which is, let me draw it for you, in a nice black color. So I think it's going here and here. I'm not sure about Savoy, but I think it might be included partially. So I think this is about it. So all of these provinces, except for Venice, I think, have to be in the Empire. Or these provinces here will also leave the Empire. Usually. You have the option to stay in as an Italian player, I guess as a kind of nod to the Italian players. So you can stay in if you really want to, but you get a very bad modifier. So basically one option would be to take all this province stuff ourselves, add it to the Empire, but that's far too expensive for me. And anyways, I want the Empire to be a little bit weak, but it's gonna be quite a bit more difficult to become Emperor if we are boosted out of the Empire. But if we don't leave the Empire, we will have to eat these stupid modifiers. So I'll have to think about this. I will probably not decide it today, but it's something to keep in the back of our minds, that we have to decide what we want to do there. Right. So once I'm finished with Cadiz, I am going to fight my rebels here, so they don't declare independence. Actually, it's not. It just means that the provinces will turn back to the Mamluks. It's not really independent. Let's land here. Meanwhile, I hope that Aragon will bring some of their guys home, or France, to fight the Castilian invaders. Oh, right, I can't even fabricate here. I thought I could, but I would have to take Granada for this. Right. Oh, France is helping! France, I love you now. I love you again. France, I love you. He's killing Castile. So this is actually the gambit I wanted to do in the first place. But now I also have to get rid of Granada. So I will declare war on Morocco. With the war goal of taking Tangiers. What's this? No. I don't want a colonial war. I will probably wait until I finished ferrying my troops around. Am I gonna grant Aragon some provinces? Well, the beautiful thing is this is a defensive war, so I don't have to. But I can, and I probably want to give some provinces to Granada or Aragon, or both. Because this will weaken Castile, and I think, was it you who said that this increases their liberty desire because their relative power to their liege, Castile, and this has become a lot more urgent because of the regency. But I don't think they can bind their dynasty while they're at war. So I think yes, I will give some provinces to Aragon. It will increase the liberty desire. So we have a pretty decent chance of breaking the Iberian wedding, which normally is pretty difficult because it has these historical whatever modifiers. Oh, the Mamlukian peasants are fighting the Mamlukian separatists. So the loyalists are fighting the peasants, which is pretty cool for me, because it means I don't have to care about this stack here. I like it when rebels fight other rebels. It always makes me smile. It's feels as if you did something right, even though I couldn't really help anything here, but was not my achievement, but it's still nice. Right, so let's declare war on Morocco, because we don't have much time left until we need to release Granada. We need to do it in June. Glorious navies are under attack. I don't like it. So let's retreat. I don't like these odds. Come on. So we lost a light ship. Okay, not so bad. So now finally Aragon is helping. Provence is helping. Ah, this is working out nicely now. So, can we sign peace? What? Oh, I did not want you to retreat here, you fools. Anyways, let's offer them tribute. Corsica, no, wrong. Granada. They want a lot more stuff. This is bad. No, they don't want it. They want Corsica. Corsica is not a really very good province, so I don't mind. So I mean, I would probably like to get rid of it again, but let me check my Excel spreadsheet. Forgot to open it before. Yeah. Excel always complains. So, we want naval supplies. So there are quite a few provinces which are significantly better than Corsica. Question is, can we get to them? Probably not. Maybe. Quite likely. No. Cadiz, yes. Okay, so I think we can get rid of Corsica. So this is a little bit more costly than I hoped. We'll also give you Corsica. Now I wish I would have given myself a little bit more time than 1 year for this rule, because then it would make things quite a bit easier. I would return Damietta, but then I cannot go down here anymore, which I have to. So I could return Rosetta. It's not a great option, but it's possible. Don't want any of my land. They would take war operations, but this is rather costly. 1 ducat per month. No, I think it's only trade income, right? No, their income. So I think this would be 1 ducat per month. 12 per year. So over 10 years this would be 120. Let's see if they want money. They don't want money? Oh. I am giving you other concessions. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Because it will mean we break the rules. And I don't think there's anything I can do about it right now. So basically my plan is foiled again. Yes, quite possible that Morocco will join the HRE. The problem is it's not enough. They want something else and I can't give them anything much. I could return some cores. So I think I'm forced to do this. So we don't need this. And even though it pains me to do so, why can I not return Rosetta? Strange. So we need to keep Badia because this is the only one of those provinces which we can core. I probably can't return them because they are occupied. I should have thought of that before, the length of war modifier. So this is a lot more expensive than it needs to be. I want something else. This is getting to be painful here. Very sad. So is there any way we can... Don't think we can get military access. I mean, I'm violating my rules here, but this is not an acceptable peace deal. So let's see if we can peace out Castile instead. Could. But this is probably more expensive than the other option, because we could take some pretty nice provinces from Castile. So I should have attacked them earlier. Maybe one of the other guys here wants to sign a separate peace. Probably be just as expensive. Oh. What other concessions do you want, you idiots? Granada? Actually makes more sense. Will not betray their ally for gold. I don't know how this is calculated, but they don't want this much gold, but they want a little bit less gold. How about war reparations? No. Anything else I can give you? Maybe I can give you 2 provinces instead. No. Why not? You don't want them. So sorry this is taking so long, but I'm trying to find a good way out of it. At least a not so terrible way out of it. They don't want any provinces. So I think the best option is to go with these guys. They're not gonna sign a peace treaty. For some reason. Why? Oh, why? This is so annoying. Because of my stupid rule. Okay. hate that they don't want this stuff. So they're almost there. So I think what I will do is, because otherwise we can just forget this game, I will put a moratorium on my 1-year vessel rule and increase this to 2 years. This will make us get some, well, little bit more leeway when we're deciding against Tlemcen. Because I don't want to give all of these provinces up to Morocco. That would be pretty terrible for us. Because the alternative, basically at this point, I think would be restarting the campaign, because I don't want to... The other options are very, very bad. So... this would basically cost us all of this land here. And they don't want to sign a peace treaty anyways. Or maybe they will do something here. I did not check out Tunis properly yet, so it's possible. I think this is probably going to be pretty much the same terms get from Morocco. Don't want part of the offer. Which parts? I think this is some kind of bug here. Yeah, this is probably gonna cost us just as much as if I took Morocco directly. It's so annoying they just won't take gold. I would take that in a heartbeat if I were with them. So yeah, basically I will violate my own rules and keep them for a little more than a year. And I will probably also say that I'm gonna restart this campaign, because I violated my rules now. So I will keep playing for a little while, but I guess in, I don't know, together agreement? No. What? I don't understand what you mean by is that the translation? Morocco is making gains. Yes. It's not looking so good here. Far too many troops for my taste. Okay, so I could sign them out. Okay, so let's do it that way. Don't want to give them Damietta though. No! Oh, I hate them. Want other concessions than gold. No insgesamtes Einkommen, that means the whole income, all of the income. Actually, in Germany, we would probably say gemeinsam, gesamtes Einkommen, not insgesamtes Einkommen, because that is the proper adjective. So, how are we doing now? Okay, so just why is it selecting this all the time again? Maybe if I could occupy Rosetta, could offer this to them. So I'm doing my best here to try to adhere these rules I made up, but I am failing. This is just too onerous right now. So next time I'll know better and attack them early enough that these length of war modifiers will have gone down. We are being attacked, but this is mountains, so we're gonna win, I guess. So in the mountains you always have very little combat width, so even if their troops fill 2 rows, it doesn't matter, because the second row will get the same morale damage as the first row, which makes defending in mountains quite strong. Repel the invaders, so Aragon is losing here. We're too far away. Florence declared war on the Papal State. Okay, so maybe now I can offer Rosetta. Yes, so that's the reason. Still not enough. I don't get it. What's happening here? So the peace interface is not really working out perfectly. Why is this province selected here? So maybe I should deselect everything with the other guys just in case. So I'm not really sure what's happening with them. Actually, how much would you... No, won't betray their ally for gold. So this would... Oh, so annoying. Just like 1 point missing. So anyways, let's wait a month. Crimea declared war upon the new enemy Golden Horde. Okay. They seem to be not doing so well. Where are our rebels? I don't see them anymore. Now we want to make peace. Come on. Yes, you can. Finally. So, I am half a year behind or so, but I will give them Granada. I will release, cancel Granada, and we'll pay them a bit of money to boot, but at least will allow us to get out of this bind where we're violating my own rules. So I'm very sorry about that, but I couldn't really afford to give them everything we just took from the Mamluks. It's just too expensive. So I was actually hoping that the Aragonese navy would help us against Castile, but it's not. Now we need to figure out a strategy to peace out. So this is a bit strange. Granada is not a vessel anymore, and they were the war target, but we are still fighting the war in defense of Granada. So I'm getting... this is getting a little bit weird here. They also still our ally in this war. Even though we pieced out somebody by giving them part of the property. Might actually be... might just work. Our rebels are fighting Morocco, and sometimes, if we're lucky... I still don't see my rebels here, so I'm a little bit nervous. So sometimes if I'm lucky I can swoop in and take the defensive position from the rebels, because now we're not fighting, there's already a war here. So they are still the attacker, and now instead of the rebels they're attacking us, so this is another one of these nice little tricks which you can pick up along the way, which is quite useful to, yeah, in this kind of situation. It doesn't happen that often, but sometimes it's quite nice. So we won. Also, we're gonna do some more damage, because their morale is at 0. Unfortunately, they got an additional soldier from somewhere. So we caught this province. We'll also call can so much war exhaustion. I hate it. So I want to keep Rosetta, I want to keep Damietta, I need to keep Suez for now at least. I'm not gonna keep this. New trade research is heretical. Ignore them. Where are they going? Gibraltar. I'm a little bit surprised they can't flee over the straits. Oh, because it's Portuguese. Alright. I forgot. I have no idea where my rebels went. So we had a 15,000 troop stack of rebels somewhere here, but it's vanished somewhere. So I'm a bit nervous about it. So how is this going? So another nice thing is once their strength is down quite a lot, they basically don't have any strength left to fight. So you can usually beat them pretty easily. So we'll just bounce back and forth a little bit. And what the AI usually doesn't do is consolidate. But I do. And I also hire mercenaries, which the AI does not always do. Sometimes they do. So, shock. Not so great. So now they're retreating to ships, and these other guys are going to be stack wiped because they couldn't retreat. They have no ships in port, so they're just going to die. So basically I will not do this, but I don't need to keep everything here. I will give you Rasgrape, I will give you Kizir, I will give you Halib, I think. No. So we can't do this immediately, I need to wait until the rebels spawn at least once here. If you consolidate, so you're asking, Salamasa is asking, I never consolidate regiments, what is the real benefit of it? So this is a very big mistake you're making by not consolidating your regiments. The thing is, when troops fight, they do damage proportional to their strength. This means if you have 1,000 soldiers, they do a certain amount of damage. If you have 500 soldiers, they do half damage. But your enemy still does the full amount of damage. So if you don't consolidate, you're basically saying to your enemy, oh, please kill me, I don't want to damage you. I throw cotton balls instead. So you should always, well, not always, but a lot of the time you should consolidate. The only reason why you would not consolidate is if you want to reinforce your troops faster. Because the weakness will be spread over more troops, so you can reinforce them faster, but otherwise, if you want them to fight, you should always consolidate. Always. This will make your troops a lot stronger. So I think I'll just leave this war on running for a while. Hire some more mercs. Fortunately, I can't venture out of my harbor. Maybe I could peace out Castile. It's only 45%, and they won't even give me that. Because the Frenchies are still fighting, and they're losing. Oh, stupid Frenchmen. Why do you lose? Twice as many troops. Yeah. 10% morale, nice. So my one of my armies is stuck in Egypt and the other army is stuck in Gibraltar because I cannot move my ships. So gonna try a little bit of something. So this friendlies can attach button, this can be quite useful if you have strong allies who can't even find their own butt with a paper towel, because, I don't know, they're just AI and they're just stupid. So maybe I can make them attached to my own troops. This will make them behave a lot better, because of course I have divine army leading skills. At least compared to the AI. Maybe not compared to some players. Oh. Morocco wants to attack us. This is something that's gonna be quite fun. They're attacking into mountains with a naval landing. I think this will give them a -4 modifier. So let's improve relations with these guys. Oh, Aragon won a battle. That is surprising. It's very surprising. I would not have thought this possible. My allies can win battles. Who would have thought it? Yes, -4. So this is from... It says crossing, but it's actually from the naval landing. Amphibious landing, and terrain modifier -2. So yeah. You're screwed. Idiots. And now we can also stack wipe them, I think. If we're here, yes, before the end of the month we can stack wipe them. Damn, they're gone. So if an army is at 0 morale, so this is one of the 3 conditions for a stack wipe. The first one is they are at 0 morale and you attack them with with troops of any strength. It's enough if it's 1,000 soldiers or so, then they will be stack wiped. The second condition is if you have 10-to-1 advantage, you will overrun them immediately. And the third condition is you have a 2-to-1 advantage, and before the end of the war they drop to 0 morale, before they can retreat, basically. So I was just considering whether I should take a new advisor, because I'm running a lot of loans. But this guy with +10 morale is too nice to pass up. So we're running quite a bit of a deficit here. We have to watch it. No, sorry. Not these guys. Okay, it's not possible. We have no military access to Savoy. Why? Okay, we could get it. Yeah, but then we cannot fight Tunis anymore. Morocco. So, defending against these guys in these mountains is pretty nice, as you can see. Otherwise we would have huge problems to hold our own in this war. But since we're defending in the Granadan mountains, it's quite possible, quite doable. How long has this been going on? For 6 years, so we can at best take 66% war score. Otherwise we'll get call for peace, which we can probably take for a few months, but it's not great, so let me reduce a little bit. It's getting into this area where it's really bad with the war exhaustion. Ooh, more stupid, annoying Moroccan troops. So, can we piece them out? Yes, I think we can. No, don't want money. This will cost us some military power, but okay, can't be helped. So I want to piece them out before they take Genoa, because this will give them a huge boost for their war score. And I don't have enough troops there to take it back. Can you get something else that you want? Apparently not. Oh, Corsica, yeah. We can get rid of Corsica. Okay. We shall do this. Maybe we can also then keep up provinces here. No. Why? Okay. So return these stupid cores. It actually costs you less prestige if you do it via peace treaty, so you also have this option to return cores here when you're at peace. But if I can, I usually like to use a peace treaty for it, because it's cheaper, and you also hurt your enemy, because they have to pay Diplo power. It's not much, but who cares? So we'll get rid of these useless provinces. We will return them. We will release Corsica, because they don't want our money, unfortunately. So yeah, I think this will be alright. Before you take Genoa, let's do it like this. Could call in Poland, but I don't want to. They're not going to be useful anyways. Although, on the other hand, there's no... It doesn't cost me anything, so the advantage is very small, but they add to my military power in the calculations, so there's this relative strength of alliances modifier when you're signing peace. I forgot. I could have asked them to join my trade league, but now they're joined Venice trade league. So I'm doing some very wacky things this game here. I don't think I ever did stuff like return provinces like this for some war I could probably win in due time, and release my island as a vassal because I'm not gonna keep it anyway, so might as well. It's some very strange stuff, but it's quite fun actually. I think it's quite fun. So, how much? Okay, I also want war reparations, of course. And then we can give some stuff to our good allies in Aragon. So, actually Murcia... Which province was it? I wanted to take Cadiz as well, because it has naval goods. You can use it as a replacement for Corsica, a better replacement. On the other hand, Corsica was already fully cored, and it's probably in our state, so... Is this one state? Oh, that's strange. Okay. I thought it was part of my state, so anyways. Another good reason to get rid of Corsica. We have a state free! Castile accepted peace with a... That was a very useful call to arms, Poland, thank you. Maybe I should peace them out before they do other shenanigans like that. Demands exceed war score. Right. I mean, before they managed to also sign a peace treaty with France or with Aragon. Aragon might actually take something in the peace deal, but I think I'm gonna peace out here at this point, just to be on the safe side, because it's possible that when my allies leave, I'm gonna have a very hard time to fight them. On the other hand, they just have 5,000 troops, so we could go to 66%, I think. Let's keep fighting. I changed my mind. I do this often. In this case, I think it's warranted. France, why don't you take England further? Right. Suakin. I want to call this, but I can't right now. Oh, right, I forgot I wanted to do this. So they don't revolt so quickly. Because now this is effectively an island. Because I don't have any ships here. And this means I want to keep the rebels at bay by doing harsh treatment, which is very expensive over the long run, but I cannot really help it. Yeah, I could probably build a ship here. A single ship in Suez, once I court it. So... where are they going? Here La Vieja? No. Let's occupy some more stuff. Oh no, I forgot to take a new loan. I hate it. So this is what I meant earlier. So this time I forgot. So basically I could have taken a 77 loan instead of a 52 loan for the same amount of inflation. So it would have been a good idea, but I forgot. This is why I said I would like the game to have a kind of reminder function where I can set up some reminders for myself, for my future self I should say, to do a certain thing or don't do a certain thing. But this would be quite cool. I think Paradox should implement that instead of an additional government form for the Ottomans, who are already totally overpowered and getting even more overpowered in the next patch. Wow, Castile has even more pretender rebels. That's interesting. So they're getting raped by rebels. The Trial. This is one of the pretty nice Republic events which you can get. You can get Republican tradition for some monarch power. You can get some monarch power and lose some Republican tradition. I will do the gain Republican tradition version. Election. Keep this dude. He's not that old yet, but he's also not young. We're gonna need more military points, but we'll... oh, that's okay. Let's take a new guy. Maybe he's younger. No, he's even older. Stupid. So, what else? So I'm just sieging a few provinces here to get some more war score going, so we can piece them out more profitably. I think this will convert back at some point, but okay. France is occupying Portugal. He should be very willing to sign a good peace treaty for me. So we'll turn this over to Aragon. Then this over as well. 116. Oh, let's wait another month. So we lost the ticking war score here because nobody's controlling Granada anymore. But it's okay. What's this? Why are you doing this? noble legacy of Alexandria. Our republican nation has given up many of the old ideas about nobility and feudal rule, but sometimes when they are of use to us, we are willing to reconsider them on a situational basis. Such a situation has arisen in Alexandria, where a local aristocrat claims that land just across our border is in fact part of his family's rightful domain. Local merchants have petitioned against this claim, having just negotiated a major trade deal with a neighboring nation. For a republic, they argue, trade should be the first concern. The claims of nobles lead only to war and misery. Genoah gains a trade claim on Fayum. Alexandria gets some trade power, the mum looks like me more, but I don't really even want a claim on Fayum. If I want one, I can fabricate it. So, they are right. We should put these petty squabbles behind us. This is clearly the better option for me. Okay. So, where's my third merchant? I forget this all the time. Oh, he's collecting here. Might actually make more sense to move him. So I don't know how well versed you are in the trade mechanics. Basically, if I have a merchant here collecting, he will provide plus 10% income boost. On the other hand, if I have a merchant feeding into this trade thing here, trade route, I can get a 10% power increase, which at low levels of trade power is almost equivalent to a 10% income boost. It's not the same, especially if you have a lot of merchant power, but it's very, very similar. So I'm greedy. I am greedy. And more money. Okay, we peace out. So we can move our ships again and reduce our war exhaustion. So this is a slightly different color of yellow than Castile is used to. I will delete the fort. Now this is one of the cases where it might actually be defensible to keep the fort, because it would protect these provinces from getting on siege one separatism from the Castilian separatists, but I'm not gonna do it because I don't have enough money. Okay, so here are rebels, here are rebels. Let's go this way. It's probably even actually faster even. Let's hunt some pirates. Oh, right, I wanted to check out if... so we get... yeah, let's wait a month. We need to wait for the monthly tick before I figure it out, because the Sun Pirates will happen. So it's Genoa. Oh, how is Florence doing? So this might provide us with a good opportunity to attack them. Yes, it's a very good opportunity, in fact. They are allied with Aragon, but that's not such a big problem. If we can also... they would not do it. Yeah, I don't think so. That's not a good option. Okay. So I could fight these guys in Milan. I don't want to fight Milan right now. I'd rather reduce my war exhaustion. But maybe we get a good opportunity on Florence after they lost the war against the Pope. Let's just call it now. I was thinking about waiting until my war exhaustion reduced a little bit, but it's not gonna happen anytime soon, and the corruption will cost us additional money and so on, so... I'm gonna core them. Let's core them. Core them. Core everything! Okay, so which provinces do we have to get rid of? I think one fish province too many, but apart from that we're fine. So, which one did I want to get rid of? I forgot. Oh right, Gibraltar. Yeah, that's a terrible province. Let's see if we can sell it. Granada, do you want to buy back Gibraltar? We don't need it anymore. You don't. Maybe Castile wants to buy it. Oh, they're our rival. Do you want to buy it? Not Cadiz. I want to keep it. Oh, actually, I should probably check out... I'll keep it until these provinces are cored, because I'm not sure if it's maybe too far away from Genoa to be cored otherwise, because we're still not at level 7 and we're not gonna be there for a while. Trebizond, Kaffa, so we might actually bring our troops there. Let me mothball these galleys. I don't have any wars planned right now. So one additional tip, if you want to mothball your navies, yeah, they're very ungrateful. But they don't care about this in their AI logic. Doesn't matter how loyal you are or whatever. And I don't think even this trust matters a lot. It matters a little bit, but not a lot. And what I was about to say, an additional tip, if you want to mothball navies, you'd better do it in a province which has a fort, because otherwise, if the AI lands 1000 troops there or something, and you don't pay much attention, they might flush out your ships, and they are just gonna sit there at 25% strength, which is a good way to lose a lot of ships very quickly. Of course, I know this because it happened to me 2-3 times. So if you mothball, probably best idea is to do it in a fort. This will give you a lot more time to react. Right, so do I want to do anything with my cool diplomat here? I guess it wouldn't hurt to do anything with him. I also can't for the life of me figure out what. So, what kind of provinces? Oh, this boy has fish. But we can't take more fish. Okay. Too stupid to click today. So I'm gonna rebel bust here a little. This is a trick I showed you last time, I think. Can reduce these rebellion here a little bit if you put troops here. Portugal will be forced to give France 10% of their income to pay for war reparations. Oh, by the way, France is not calling us to their war because it's already been going on for a long time. In the meantime, we called them into our war, which took 6 or 7 years. And, oh, trade efficiency, 10 years, yes, we'll take that. Okay, and now the war is already so old that they can't call us anymore. So we shall transfer trade power instead of collecting, just to try it out. So we have 7 income right now. And since we're not at war anymore, I think I will get rid of my... Well, actually I'm not sure. The mercenaries might come in handy. If I decide to attack Florence. If I should decide to do it. Ooh. What? Oh, they're in a trade league now. I hate these. Venice pounces quickly on all trade league guys. So I think let's cancel this mission for the moment. It's not that useful. would be very onerous to attack Milan just to get Ferrara in as a non-co-belligerent to make them break their Trade League agreement. It's an option, but it's probably too costly for the moment, especially because I don't think I'm allowed to take much of their stuff. Well, I could take Novara. I don't really want to take the cloth, because I need some access to Firenze. Or do we? Yeah, I do. So I want to take cloth here. Could also take Romagna. I am undecided. But I think it's too much for now. So I will get rid of my mercs. Reduce my war exhaustion a little bit. Because it's gotten quite hard. Why do we have attrition? Oh, it's on a ship probably. Oh, he was re-elected. Palatinate is still the emperor. They have a pretty firm grasp on it. It's very strange in my opinion. Actually, we might allow a few of these. Oh, maybe the first two. We don't want Landfriede, definitely, but the AI is not gonna come so far anyways, usually. So, we have 0.8 unrest. So it's not useful. Need to wait a few months and I can increase the maintenance again, but meanwhile we can save some money, because we're really hurting here. 1476. Yeah, it's a little bit better with the transfer trade power here. That's 0.5. Champagne. Just in case we want to attack them. It's probably strategically not such a bad idea to give some province from Granada to some of these Berber guys, because then Castile will have to fight them if they want to take it, instead of weak Granada. And unfortunately Theodoro is not expanding. I wonder why. I'd hoped they would attack Imereti, but we can probably force the issue at some point. So, France accepted peace with the former enemies England. They will take all the mainland provinces. Okay. And that is not great. They have announced Poland as their new rival. So I will possibly have to soon decide if I want to be keeping France's ally or if I want to keep being Poland's ally. I'm not sure which I would decide. Ooh. Luckily France is fighting our rebels for us. I forgot to pay attention. It's not that urgent. Thank you, France. So I haven't decided if I want to stay allies with France or if I want to stay allies with Poland. Both are useful. Poland is probably a little bit worse in most cases where we want to fight. On the other hand, they are a very good safeguard against the Ottomans. So maybe I can keep them both if I improve relations. No. Okay, so we don't have an option. We are just dumped by France, just like that. I could get them back if I break the alliance with Poland. So I think I will end the stream on this note, because this is a pretty big decision if I should end the alliance with Poland. France is still friendly, so we could get them back as an ally. Or if I should keep Poland as an ally against the Ottomans mostly. Otherwise they're rather useless. So I will decide this another day, I think. And I'm not sure when I'm gonna do the next stream. I think probably on Friday. It's not 100% sure, but let's say Friday at 7 German time or 5 PM coordinated universal time again. And if something changes, I will post it on the Twitch channel, so you will see that if I don't have time on Friday, then I will let you know. But I think I will. So let's reconvene on Friday. I'm gonna save this game here. Strangely still Iron Man, but it still thinks it's modded, I think. Okay, so see you on Friday.